Siege Battle Season 5 is here, and you know what that means. Today we're going to take a look at some of the best Guild Siege defenses across. We're probably not going to take a look at all the servers because it does get kind of redundant, but we'll get a nice cross-section of a lot of the G3 Siege defenses across many of the servers from many of the different guilds. I feel like it's going to be fairly similar to last season. We'll see what the differences are. We should see no Commune Vigor Skogels or very little of those, because that's kind of run its course at this point, at least in the high levels. In the medium to low levels, we're of course going to see those pretty common, but I think that's basically run its course at this point. From high levels, we should see a lot of fire snipers, we should see a lot of Clara, Savannahs, we'll see some Beast Riders, we'll see some tanky teams here and there, but I think we'll mostly see some fast, aggressive teams that also have a little bit of sustained potential as well. Another thing that I want to mention, guys, do this event. This is an event, so go and do this event. And I didn't even do it on this server, which is exactly why I'm explaining to do this event. If you guys don't know who to pick, just pick the top guilds that are the top in Guild Siege right now before the tournament are probably going to be the top guilds at the end of the tournament. So you usually can't go too wrong picking those. Sometimes, I mean, some guilds here and there beat each other and it's a little bit different, but for the most part, it's usually fairly similar. So if you don't know who to pick, just pick the guilds that are currently ahead of the others in regular Siege season. Remember, guys, there's a lot of free stuff in that event, like mana, energy, very exciting, right? And then mystical scrolls as well. So if you guys interested in summoning, then yeah, it's just free points basically. You can go to the Guild Siege point of the Guild Siege part of the game, and then go to info and rankings to actually find where the top guilds are on any server. But let's get this started. Let's see what we actually see. This is not what I was this is a very, in my opinion, this is kind of a weak base. That's not what I was expecting here. I mean, it's the first round, and it's also Tower 4, so it's not, this is kind of a little bit more what I was expecting. Get to see some Fukis. So Fukis, I mean, Fuki has kind of been getting more popular now. Fuki's very strong. He's kind of like a Ramagas type of unit. It's always very free to play friendly. But we see some speed leads. We see some damage dealers. I mean, not very shocking. I'm actually surprised how this. I feel like that's not that hard of defense. But anyway, these are all G3 guilds anyway. So, oh, this is the thing that I just clicked on. Okay, so let's see. This is base 9, which is the same as base. Okay, well, maybe it's a better defense than I give it credit for. It doesn't really feel that scary to me. So we see some more Fukis, we see some more Mollies. We see, this is Korea server, by the way. So this is kind of what a little bit more of what I was expecting. Things like what? What exactly? Am I not giving, maybe I'm not giving this enough credit. Is this? Okay, well, wonderful. So, these look very easy. I'm not trying to discredit anyone. I'm just saying these look, I wouldn't take too much into account for. This is chilling again. This is Carsado chilling Triana. So, Triana does damage based on speed, and also he has a crit buff too. So, yeah, it's just a little shocking to see some of these defenses are not what I was expecting. Honestly, these defenses are not what I was expecting. And also, take into consideration, like, I know you see some of these, again, like, some of these are, like, Challenger 1. Like, this does not mean that they're, like, obviously this dude with multiple 2A werewolves and multiple Fukis, he's not free to play. He's not really a Challenger 1 player. A lot of people don't do Arena. So even if they look like they're Challenger 1, it's like people that have accumulated like 300 Arena wings because they don't do Arena anymore at all. There's a lot of whales that just don't do Arena, and they just do RTA and Siege because they feel like Arena is old garbage PvP content, and they don't even bother doing it. So just FYI. So that's weird. I was not expecting these defenses, to be honest. I was expecting more fast aggressive stuff. I was not expecting these. Okay, so now that we've seen the first one, I'm officially super confused. Yeah, no. Let's see what this match looks like. Okay, so this is a little bit more along what I was expecting. We see some Vigors, we see some Betas, we see some Fukis. I feel like we're gonna see a lot of Fukis today. And of course, okay, so we see some Cadiz, we see some Inugamis, we see some Ciaras. Let's see this one. We see some more Vigor Beta and Fukis. Multiple sources of crit resist, and then Fuki's going to be super... I would assume that these are going to be triple HP Fukis. Just like super crazy, ridiculous tanky Fukis. Tanky Fukis, and then speed and subs. So, what are we on? 10? Circle 10? Okay, some more Fuki. It sounds like I'm saying something terrible. It sounds like I'm saying something terrible. Okay, so, yeah, there we go. There we go on that one. Let's take a look at these. So, we see just... Interest. I mean, some different stuff. You usually see a lot of these stacking the same exact defense over and over and over again. More so than switching it up too much. Some more Molly, Vigor, and Fukis. Stick a LD. Just basically, at this point, just stick a LD Mermaid and a Fuki and a Vigor in a defense, and you're set. Doesn't even matter what LD defense. So this is Bruiser. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. This is a Bruiser. That's my addition to this this conversation that we're having. This is a Bruiser. Okay, so fairly. This I mean, you don't really see too many Nagongs, because I feel like he's easy to deal with. This is fairly similar to a defense that I have though. Let's see. Next one. We see this. I felt like we were going to see a little bit more of this, actually. The Carsano, Vigor, and Triana. So let's see what we have for 12. We see some Tian Lang. This is also... I figure we're going to see a lot more of these ones. Carsano, Tian Lang, Carsano, some kind of AoE stripper, and Savannah. Just very fast, very aggressive, very nasty. This is another one. Speed lead, AoE stripper, and then... strip stun, and then all the defense breaks, and then damage on Fuki. So this is a Carsano and double Beast Riders. Super fast, super aggressive, super dangerous. There's not a lot of strips on here. There's just the Barbara skill 3 for a strip. Carsano can do a lot of damage regardless. So if they get a lot of Violent procs, they get a lot of additional turns. They get redundant Violent procs and additional turns. Then they're still deadly regardless. But there's not a whole lot of strips on this. That's just my comment on there. So we have, what do we have? 9? Okay, so let's see. We got some Zeratus. We see some LDs. We see some Vigors. And we see some Betas. It's fairly similar to what we saw the last time. Okay, we see some werewolves and some Trianas and some Carsanos. We're gonna see a lot of again, a lot of Onimushas, a lot of Carsanos, a lot more Carsanos. Anything that was Kamoon 6 months ago is Carsano now. And was Carsano in Season 4 as well. So what do we have? Base 10? Every time I'm curious what base we're on. Really? Another Molong and Fuki and Molly. I mean, they do damage, like HP-based damage, and then they have the sustain from Molly. I just feel like this one is not as strong as some of the other... It doesn't seem as scary as some of the other ones. Yeah, this seems like a me base. Okay. But let's see, we're on 12. Let's see what we got on 5. It's Vigors, Mollys, and Fukis. I think guys build those Fukis. Right, and then we have some... Okay, so we have another speed lead, we have AoE strips, and we have defense breaks and attack gauge reduction. Okay, so everything is just very fast, very aggressive, very fast, very aggressive, very fast, very aggressive. AoE strips, AoE strips. Look at all this. The things in the middle, there's different LDs, but they're all basically just AoE strips. That's what they are. Okay, let's go see what's the next one. Let's see what they have on here. That one was a little bit more... Like, those ones were a little bit more what I was expecting from here, right? So we see the Carsano and Ashir. And Chandra. What do we see from here? We see some more Fukis. Some more Vigor, Fuki, and Triana. Okay. We see... What's the next one? We see even more of these Molongs, man. I wonder... So this is Korea server. So we're kind of taking a look at the Korea server meta right now. But this is... I'm wondering if we see some more of... I might be missing a base or two here or there. But for the most part, they're very similar stuff. A lot of Onimushas. Should be no surprise to anyone. Hey, there we go. We see some more Wind Paladin. It's weird to see a Wind Paladin that is not... that's in a fast team that is not a tanky defense, because she has a 44% HP leader skill. So it's weird to see something that's not that. Okay, so we see some more fast aggressive ones. Carsano, Barbara, and Triana. What are we on? 12? I'm trying to not, like, see bases twice or skip bases, but at this point, like, I'm like, let's just try to do this fast instead of, yep, some more. Okay, some more Wind Paladins and Barbaras. Okay, so let's see what we have for the next one. Oh, no. We don't want to see all those. Okay. So we see, again, this is another one of these, one of these defenses. Okay. And we see some more Carsano Vigor Trianas. We see some more Sylvias. Some more Sylvias. Let's see. So we have some Revenges. I mean, the Revenges is potentially pretty nasty with the Carsano. Not so much with the beta. With this Shazam, what are we on? Number 12? Let's see what we got on number 9. This one looks potentially kind of nasty as well. This one's these ones seem a little bit more dangerous than the Mollies. So, because you know she's going to be super ridiculously fast. And who knows what she's even going to do. She's going to, like, strip and then glancing hit your debuffers, like, before you even get a chance to, like, 7,000 speed Yanhong. Okay, so we're on 9. Let's see. We see some more Carsano and Iris and Fukis. We see, let's go over to 10. We see some Carsano Vigor Trianas. We see some Carsano Beta and Savannahs. I know that we're on the same base again. We just took a look at that base again. So we see some more Molongs with Mollies and Fukis. And then we see a Thebe. Okay, so we're at 12. We see some more Carsano Molly and Fukis. Fukis. Always Fuki. Fuki is so hot. I knew he was being used more than he was last season, but every defense at this point. Every defense, some kind of Fuki. Or maybe not every, but like half the defenses have Fuki in them. Fuki is the Siege Season 5 god. Okay. We were on, I think we're on Barcode next. So let's see what we have. I'm surprised Barcode didn't just get a buy into the next round, actually. So we see some more Carsano, Barbaras, and Luis. For this one, we see some more Carsano, Vigor, Triana. We see, what else? We see some more LD, some more Sylvia, Triana. If you got a Sylvia, Triana, or I mean, if you got a Sylvia, then you have Triana and Kaki. So Sylvia, Triana, Kakis. We see some just stick a whole bunch of LDs in this, and it'll definitely work. We see some more Tianlangs, okay, let's see. We see another with Dark Lightning Emperor. We're on 12. Let's see some more of these. So we got some Nepthuses. These ones, these are scary. These are the speed lead plus the Clara and the Fuki. I mean, you can also use Josephine into this, because anything that has a Clara defense that's a Nat 5 base, you can use Josephine into. I mean, Josephine's not going to just guarantee you a win here. It's just a unit that you can use in a situation like that. Oh, I thought that was the same guy twice. I thought, what? It's not the same guy twice. This guy's just showing off at this point. You know it's going to be super fast. Just take a Revenge Vertiheal into that. Just take a Vertiheal and 2 mermaids. Light mermaid and a water mermaid. And then when you're trying to figure out how to actually beat this defense and have enough damage, you're like, oh, right, I don't have any damage in that team, right? Well, I mean, Vertiheal's got a little bit of damage, but it's a Charmy defense. Okay, so we're on base 9. Let's see what we got here. We have, so Charmy was, you guys know Charmy from SWC, right? We see Carsano, Vigor, and Triana for here. And then what do we have for this one is another Carsano, Vigor, Triana. We are on that 10. So we see Carsano, Molly, and a Tyrannus on that 9. Let's go. Okay, so now we see some... You know, we haven't really seen too many Water Ryus just yet. Water Ryus or Moors. We see some Tianlangs. We see... Okay. Well, you know what? I wonder if it's because people were taking a lot of Wind Snipers into those. Possibly. We see some Tianlangs. We see some more Water Ryus into a... So you have basically a fast team who's going to contest turn 1, right? Because the Water Ryu is super fast. AoE strip, AoE defense break with the Ratesh, and then Zerath. And you don't know if this is going to be on Swift or if it's going to be... You don't know how fast they are. You could potentially cut in here before the defense break and nuke, though. So keep that in mind with the Water Ryu. Because these Rateshes are not generally super duper fast. They're pretty fast and they're tanky as well. but they're not like you. I would not imagine that this would be a efficiently speed-tuned. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but I wouldn't imagine this Ritesh is actually going to be fast enough to not be able to get cut in. So that's just my thoughts on it. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't actually seen the runes on their units, but that's just my thought process there. Like when I would think of how to attack the base. So we see some more Carsano Vigor Trianas. We see some Carsano Ashir and Savannahs. This is the part of the video where I like keep saying the units' names and over, and I'm trying to think of all the different names, and then I'm like, my brain turns to mush. Okay, that's the part. That's your favorite part, isn't it? Light Druid and Valanta Savannah. Bagel, don't you have the Light Druid shirt? You know his name? Yes, that's right. But like I said, brain mush. So there we go. And then we had, this is the same base again because I clicked on the same base again. Okay. Let's see. You know what? Let's see maybe one of these a little bit further on into the match. Let's see if anything changes towards the end of the match, if they bring any crazy new bases out. I don't want to do this too much because the video is already going to be a super long video. It's already 15 minutes. We saw one server. So let's see. We see some Carsano, Molly, Savannahs. That's why I want to kind of get this fast, because even fast is going to be a super slow video. Carsano, Vigor, Trianas. What do we have here? Carsano, Molly, and Tyrannus. We see Carsano, Louise, and Barbara's. We see Carsano, Vigor, and Trianas. Okay, what do we have for 10? We see Carsano, Iris, Trianas. We just want to see, we don't necessarily need to see every single base, unless it's something really cool, maybe, but there's usually not too much cool stuff. We see some Volantis, we see some Celias, we see double girls. double girls, guys. Okay, so let's fast forward this to the end of the, yeah, there we go. We got some more Molong fish and Fuki fish. So let's see what happens towards the end of the match. Let's get a good review, but I think that what's going to happen is we're just going to see these teams be repurposed again, but let's find out. Oh, this is just a tanky. So Louise, Kumar, and Skogels. We see some Carsano, Iris, Trianas. We see some Ciara Mashas, and Claras. So that's kind of interesting. We're seeing some different, I just click on the same base again. A little bit different than what we were seeing before, right? So it would be cool but deadly. So we're seeing again just Carsano's, Barbara's, and Celia. We see Carsano, Vigor, Savannah. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, it'd be cool if we could only use units once during the course of Siege, so that there's not like a crazy amount of, or like only one copy of any defense in a certain tower. But then people would complain. They'd be like, this is way too difficult to build all of these different things. We have to build all these different nonsense defenses. Like, make them just a little bit different. So yeah, we see Carsano's Praha and Tyrannus. I'm actually surprised to see Carsano, Praha, Tyrannus. I would not think that this would be this high up. So we got some Hertite and Vigor Trianas, which is something that we've seen previous seasons too. Carsano, Vigor, and Trianas. We see Tianlang, Vigor, and Fukis. A whole tower of Tianlang, Vigor, Fukis. So expensive. It just looks so expensive. Okay, so this one's a little bit different. This one's we're seeing Ophelia, Xingzhe, and Praha. Ophelia, Xingzhe, and Vigor. Ophelia, Xingzhe, and Theomars. Ophelia, Xingzhe, and Vigor. No, I'm sorry. Xingzhe, Vigor, and Tessarion. My brain, guys. My brain. It's weird. It's weird that your brain goes to mush sometimes. We've seen a whole tower of Xingzhe, Ophelias, and Vigors here on number 8. What do we have? We have nothing here because I clicked on it. Carsano, Barbara, and Trianas. What do we have here for a lot of these sustained things are kind of can be replaced with something else. Think about this, like if you guys are maybe early to mid game and you want to build defenses like this, think about like, okay, I don't have Molly, what do I have that's similar to Molly? Maybe I could do a Triana. Well, what's similar to that? Just think about like what spot it is. And think about like another thing is all rainbow defenses. All rainbow, they're not doing, you don't see anything here unless it's LDs. Unless it's LDs. You don't see anything here that's like all water, all fire, all wind. Like that's just, don't do that. Don't do that. If you want to make good defenses, see how close you can get. Like for example, if you have Molong and Fuki and you don't have a beta, like what can you do that's similar to a beta? My first instinct would be like, oh, just use Vigor. And then it's like, well, then that's double water, buddy. Then that's double water. Then that gets, I mean, that's good. I feel like that gets Lucianed either way, but yeah, then you have to just think about like, okay, how am I going to withstand a Lucian blast, right? Anyway, let's continue with this. We don't need to talk so much over and over and over again. So this is a more Ritesh, or more slash Water Ryu, Ritesh and Kaki. What do we have for this? Another Carsano, Vigor. Oh, we finally see the twins. Carsano, Vigor, and Triana here. And we see... These are a little bit different. Carsano, Molly, and Light, what is her name? Narsha. Then we see these, Theomars is a nice unit to keep pairing up with. We see the Amarna here too. I don't feel like this is a super dangerous, I mean, it's G3, so obviously it is a super dangerous defense, and I'm just not giving enough credit. But you know, it's probably extremely, extremely fast. Like ridiculously fast. She has a strip on skill too also. She has a strip and buff attack gauge on her skill too. So, and then you have the defense breaks, and then you have the big nukes on here. Big element element neutral nukes. Okay, so then we see some more of these. We see she's actually so dangerous. This Narsha is super crazy dangerous. One of the things here against like Narshas or Beast Riders in general, I like to see if I can take Leo into some of them, because then that just limits their speed and their damage is based on speed. But she's just so dangerous after her buff. So yeah, and there is enough strips on this team. There's strips, there's damage mitigation from the beta, right? From the beta skill 3. So yeah, there we go. Okay, what do we have? I'm talking way too much. We don't actually need to talk this much on all of these things. I'm trying to give like extra feedback, extra input. We don't want it. We just want to see the different things that they have on defenses. So we see Carsano's, Mermaids, and Savannas. I apologize, guys. I'm not trying to make this video crazy long. I just want to see all the different defenses. Carsano, Vigor, Trianas again. We see Carsano, Barbara, and Louise. We see some more Carsano, Vigor, Trianas. We see, what do we see? Hey, Dark Phantom Thief. Dark Phantom Thief with Molly is actually a decent combination. But we see Carsano with some kind of crit resist or glancing passives, and then the Dark Phantom Thief just happens to work with the glancing passive. Just FYI, it's kind of nice, interesting to see something mixed up a little bit. So, and then we see Ciara, Barbara, and a Fire Nagami. So we see some more strips, defense breaks, and big nukes. Also, the sustain there as well. Multiple sources of strip too, because his Fanus skill 2 has a strip as well. Okay, so we see Neostone's Kakis. My brain, guys, my brain. I tried to do this video, not this video specifically, but a video like this in Epic 7, and like go through every unit's skills. It was like such a long video. I was fried like an hour into it. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And then I just trashed the video. Lols. Carsano, Vigor, and Kaki. Not Kaki. Fuki Kaki. Listen, whatever. Fukikaki, no, Furakaki. Never mind. It's like that's something else. No. Carsano, Barbara, and a Louise, which we're seeing a lot more Louises, and not even as leader skills. Okay, so this is Korea. Let's take a look. Let's see if I'm gonna see off camera if China and Japan are anything too different, too crazy. If they are, then we'll take a look at some of them. If they're not, we'll go to like Europe, and then Asia, and then global. Maybe we won't go to all of them. I don't know. I just want to see some different metas from different things. Now we're here on Japan server. I'll try to do this a little bit faster. I did notice some things that were on Japan server that were different than the other ones. We got Kamoons, actually. Kamu Gianna Savannah. We got a Dark Pumpkin, Dark Panda Warrior, Juno. Like, these are just wacky defenses. The Carsano, Orion, and Zeratu is interesting. Another one that we see Shungpung, Wind Artmaster. Right, Geldnir, Theomars, Ophelia. So this is a little bit different than what we were seeing in the other ones. We see some Carsano, Ishir, Trianas, which we're actually going to see some more of. We see some more Molong, Molly, and Fukis. Oh, I said we were gonna do faster ones. I'll just go through these again. Some more Carsanos, Ishirs, and Trianas. Let's see some more Carsano, Ishirs, and Trianas. We see some Eladriel, Triana, Fukis. Okay, so a little bit differently. Eladriel, Beta, Fukis. I mean, you just take some Rockies into those, right? We see some Carsano, Ishir, Trianas over here. So we see some more. I'm not even clicking the same defenses. We see in defense number 4, we see this Eladriel's in defense number 12. And then we saw Eladriel's was in, I don't remember which other defense it was. Was it? Maybe I did click on the same one again. Well, we see at least Eladriel's in 2 different defenses. No, it was 9 too. So 3 defenses. Yeah, I was correct. 3 different defenses for Eladriel. Let's see what happens if we scrub all the way to the end of the timeline. Let's see if we see anything different. We do see some Molong Perna X, which is kind of an older defense. We see the Eladriel defense being reused. It's interesting. Another Eladriel defense being reused. We see some Carsanos. We see some more Shungpungs. We see some Nyx. We see some of these things. We see, there's a full LD. So this is the only exception to building a full defense of any one thing. We see some Carsanos. We see some more of these Molong Fukis, but with the Harmonias. We see some more Molong Fukis. Molong Fukis, guys. Molong Fukis. We see some Reteshes with Barbara and Carsanos. We see what else is here. We see some Carsano Ishirs. We see some... Oh, this is interesting. We see some Ciara, Bastard, and Claras. Okay. That was on number 12. So let's take a look at 4. We see this is a reused defense, but we do see a Dark Cannon Girl in there with Carsano. Interesting. Carsano Molly. Then we see some more Carsano Ishirs. I'm not sure if I clicked on that a second time. We see Carsano Tyrannus Yenhong. It's interesting. We see a Dark Artmaster with a Kumbar Carsano. Okay, so let's see, what are we on? 7. Let's go on to 2. So we see some Vigor, Kinky, and Trianas right by their home base. And this, I believe, is... No, this is actually a different Ciara, Bastet, and Clara defense. Okay, interesting. So that is that one. Let's take a look at this. Let's see what we actually see on this one. We see some more Ciara Giannas and X. We see some Carsano Gianna. Then let's see this one. We see, what is this? This is an Orion, a Xiaoling. I was going to say, call it Xingzhe or something. Xiaoling and a Molly. So that's a little bit of an interesting one. This is, I just clicked on the same base again because I'm a dum-dum. Let's see what's on 12. So this is a Daphnis Triana Nephthys. It's going to be a super, super fast Daphnis. Okay. Interesting. We see some Molongs. Not Molong. It's online. I do this all the time. I know the actual, what they're actually called, guys, by the way. If you couldn't figure that out by now, I know what they're actually called. These things are actually called. We see some more Molong Fukis. We see some Molong Fuki Trianas. Okay, so this is interesting. This is another, we saw this before, but this is similar. We see some Carsano, Dark Artmaster Ritesh, Carsano, Savannah, and a Gianna. We see, so there's just fast AoE strip and stun and damage. Something AoE to just interrupt the enemy team, just outspeed and interrupt, and then do a whole bunch of damage after that. So this does not have a whole lot of sustain though, just FYI. But this Dark This Dark Onimusha is very, very dangerous. So we're here on number 12. Let's go take a look. So Chiwu, but Chiwu's AI is so whatever. Chiwu can just not do his thing sometimes. So Chiwu, Savannah, and Zerath over here on 9. Let's go. I gotta say the numbers so that I remember which one we just clicked on, right? And I know I probably clicked on a couple over a second time or didn't see some of the other ones, but we just want to get a good idea. I really should be doing this faster. I apologize again, guys. We're gonna be here all day. Okay, so we see fairly the same stuff. Let's see the third one here on Japan server. We can see, okay, so there's another tanky Luis Kumar Skogel. Super tanky defense. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense has shield as well. Just take a crazy amount of damage and then come back and do heals and do sustains and do... Remember, this guy has a cleanse here on skill 3 now as well, which is rather annoying. Let's see what we have for 5. We have some Triana Fuki and Vigors. Let's see what we have for this one. We see some more Molong Fukis, which is a popular we've seen so far today. We see some speed leads, some strips, and some damage. Over there, fairly common. We see... Oh, this is not that one. This one's interesting. So Aquila, I wonder what the rune set is on that Aquila, how fast he is if he's on Despair. It's kind of interesting. I would love to see how that defense operates. It's kind of cool. Okay, I just like different stuff. I like different stuff. So Carsano, Molong, and Savannah. Interesting. There's not a lot of sustain on here. It's one of the things to point out for here. So we're on number 9. We see some Vigor Triana, and what's his face? and Fukis. Okay, so we're here on this other number 9. We have Tian Langs. We have some more. So this is interesting. This is Orion, Dark Onimusha, Ongyuki. Yeah, Ongyuki and Tyrannus. It's an interesting defense. I think the interesting ones are the ones. There's another one with Carsano, Molong, and Savannah. What do we have here? We see some Molly Trianas and Carsanos. Let's see. Well, the thing with the Molong, the thing with this defense is you could just take a fire damage dealer into this and use the newly buffed Wind Pumpkin. So that would be one of my comments about that. So let's go see what the next one is. Okay, let's see. We see some fairly similar stuff. Carsano, AoE Strip, and then Savannah is fairly common. What do we have here? Carsano, Molly, and Triana. Let's see. Number 12. Okay, we see some more Eladriels. Didn't think I was going to see any Eladriels today, guys. I got to be honest. I did not think I was going to see any Eladriels today. We see a Tessarion, Praha, and Shazam. Interesting. I mean, that's kind of nasty. It's kind of nasty though. Potentially, you just have to withstand because you can definitely outspeed and nuke that down. So you just have to withstand the outspeed and nuking it down, right? With that defense, you got to be super. Yo, I did not think I was gonna see Carsano, Eladriel, and Theomars today. I would love to see so this is definitely interesting. This is definitely noteworthy to actually see that. Okay, so we see some more Carsanos. Surprise, surprise. Carsanos in half the defenses, and the other half the defenses are Fukis. Okay, so we see, what do we see here? We see a lot more Carsanos. We see a Dark Mage. Okay, so Ciara super fast Dark Mage, and then a super fast Dark Beast Monk. Okay, so then we see a speed lead. We see a Carsano, Tianlang, and a Savannah. We see some more outspeed, do a lot of debuffs, do a lot of strippies and stunnies, and then do a lot of damage there. What do we have for... We see some more Carsano. We see some Carsano, Iris, and Savannah. A whole thing of them. All right, so we see some Carsano. I thought we were going to see some more of these Carsano, Clara, and Savannahs here. Let's see if things look any different later on in the match. For the most part, I'm seeing a lot of similar stuff. Just a lot. Okay, so a Ciara, Clara, and Tessarion. Interesting. Not that interesting though. Okay, so Ciara Clara and Beast Riders. Ciara Barbara Fukis. This defense with the Eladriels is back. It's still crazy to see Eladriels. I mean, I feel like a lot of us are just well equipped to deal with Eladriels at this point. So, okay, so this is a little bit different. This is Praha and Kaki and Tyrannus. Okay, let's see what we got next. Let's go here. We just want to see a good cross section. Okay, we're seeing fairly similar stuff to the last time. Fairly similar, not too much has changed, not too much is different. We don't have to keep yap. I guarantee half the people already turned off the audio at this point. Like, I don't want to hear him say the same monster 5,000 times. Carsano, Barbara, and Eladriel. Okay, that is not something I thought I was going to see today. So we see Annabelle. Well, this is the defeated one. Interesting. You don't really see a whole lot of Annabelles at this level of the game. What do we see here? We see some similar stuff. With the Han there. Han's just an element neutral damage dealer. One of the things you could take into this would be a Molly. Would be strong into this. Let's see what else we have. I mean, Molly and also a Wind Sniper. What do we have for base 7? Fairly similar to the other stuff that we've seen before. Let's see what we have over here. Oh my goodness. I'll be here for all day, guys. Okay, I mean, it's fairly similar. It's fairly similar. Hey, we see some more Hans. Nice to see you, Han. Oh, we see a Vivachill. Okay. Carsano Double Harp Magicians. Oh, here we go. We see some Fire Art Masters. So, Ciara Fire Art Master and a Dark Beast Rider. Ciara Fire Art Master and a Light Beast Rider. Dark Beast Rider, and a Fire Beast Rider. So that's interesting. It's a little bit different. We see some Carsano Theomars Molly. What do we have here? Carsano Iris Triana base. We see some more Carsano with the mermaids and things like that. We see some more similar stuff. We saw a Light Paladin there. Okay. We see some more of the Ciara Clara Tessarion. I mean, Carsano doesn't have these defenses anyway, so this is an AoE super fast strip. And then defense breaks and element neutral damage. Which one are we on? Some more Eladriels, guys. Some more Eladriels. Okay. Did not think I was going to be seeing any Eladriels today. Wait a second. This is base 6. This is base 7. We got Eladriels on base 6 and base 7. Are you fluffing kidding me? Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. Into Eladriels, what do you take? You take things that prevent revive, right? So, well, you know what? One of the things I feel like could be strong into this base is a Water Anubis. Into this base number 6. So let's see what we have over here. We see some Kakis and Trianas and all those fun things. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's see. And we see some more Fart Masters, Fire Art Masters. You got to turn the sound right back on for that. That's the best part of the... You could turn it off after this, but the best part of the video, just call them Fart Masters. You just want to hear things being called Fart Masters. Okay, let's take a look at this. So we have... this is... I feel like this is not a very strong defense. Just my personal opinion. I could be wrong. So this one's nice. We got a lot of AoE strips, and then a lot of attack gauge reduction, defense breaks, a lot of CCs. After that, a lot of attack gauge. Just attack gauge. Everything here has attack gauge reduction, is what I'm saying. Okay, so that's for base number 1. Let's see what they have for nothing there. I don't even know why I clicked on it, so that's fairly standard. I just clicked on the same thing again, so we don't have to see it. We have another Carsano. Okay, so we have some Carsano, Molong, and Ritesh. Interesting. And then Carsano, Theomars, and Chichi Child, Cichlid. And this is fairly similar to what we've seen already. This is fairly similar. Some more Carsanos. Okay, some more Carsanos and Beast Riders. No surprise, Carsano AoE Fast Strippers. Where we have more Eladriels, Eladriel Vigor, and Fuki. Crazy. Okay, so we're on 9. Let's take a look at this. Some more Eladriel Vigors and Fukis, guys. Does Japan? Oh my God! So this is in base 4. This is in base 12, and this is in base 9 as well. This is they are using that a lot. You know what? Here's the thing, though. It's effective if you use the crap out of it. If you fought against a guild and they just had Eladriel, Fukis, and Vigors for all their bases, you may have a few counters to that. At a certain point, you're gonna run out of counters and be like, I don't know anymore. I ran out of counters to Eladriel, Vigor, Fuki. Does anyone else have counters? I had like 4 counters of that defense, but they just keep stacking it and stacking it and stacking it. So if you restack a defense over and over and over and over and over again enough, you can win like that, right? So yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But we're seeing a lot of the same stuff as well. Okay, so was that the last one on... Was that the last one on this server? No, it was not. Okay, so we're seeing more Eladriels, guys. It's crazy. So it's a good thing that we actually saw a Japan server. Otherwise, we wouldn't have known. Oh, twins! Look at that. I'm surprised we're not seeing more twins, actually. So we're seeing some more speed leads, some more strips, and AoE defense breaks. I mean, that's basically the algorithm for these defenses is big speed lead, right? Big speed lead and damage, AoE strips and CCs, and then defense breaks and another source of strip and damage. So again, speed lead, AoE CC, AoE strip into CC, and then damage, fast damage, right? Strips. Two sources of strips, and then AoE defense breaks and damage. So fast control cleave kind of situation. So we're here on, we have to go to 7 next. Okay, we're seeing some similar-ish things to what we saw before. We're seeing some more Eladriels, guys. Eladriel, Fukis, and Vigors. Okay, so this one's a little bit different. We're seeing some dark beast monks and some paladins, some light paladins. Okay, let's see what we have on this one. Yeah, we've seen stuff like that before. We've seen stuff that I figure we're gonna see a whole lot more of that. I actually was surprised. Okay, so we see some more. There's some Kamoons here too. Kamoon, Clara, Savannah, and then Carsano, and then this is some more. So this is another formula, I guess, that people have been using on this server. Lately is the Carsano, Barbara, and wind tanky unit. Okay. So what did we... I feel like we didn't... we saw Chiwu in there. I feel like there was a couple that we didn't click on. Okay, so let's see these ones again. Speed lead, AoE CC, and then fast aggressive damage. So then we see a little bit more of a tanky bruisery, kind of fast tanky bruisery thing. So we see some more Eladriels. Different team now. We see Ophelia, Theomars, and Eladriel, kind of similar to the Ophelia, Theomars, and Tyrannus. Then we see some Odins here as well. He revives, but not in exactly the same way. So let's see what I already clicked on that. And then we have some Orion, Kaki, and Triana for that one. Let's go now to another server. This video is going to be so long. I'm sorry. Now we're here on the China server. Let's take a look at what we have for these defenses. I'm going to try to do it faster. The fast wasn't fast enough. So we have some Carsano, Orion, and Fuki's here. We see a ragdoll finally, but one of the reasons we don't see too many ragdolls nowadays, hey, some more Orions. One of the reasons we don't see too many ragdolls nowadays is because we have all the... Clearly, they put a lot of effort into this. They unsummoned the unit. So the reason that we don't see too many ragdolls is because of the Onimushas. So here we see some very similar stuff to before. We see some more Orions, though, here. Okay, so Orions are back in action. We see some Hertites. We see some more LDs. Well, it is China server. They have plenty of LDs there. Plenty of LDs. Fanaka. Okay, so I have a guildmate that uses this unit, Fanaka. When he gets hit in his stone state, he increases the cooldowns of the enemies. It's just weird to see. He has a defense that apparently works with Fanaka. I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised. Okay, so we're in 10. Let's go see some more of these. I figured we were going to see some more of those fast, aggressive ones. We see some Eladriels. Okay. Well, you know, again, another thing, Eladriel. You know, you can just anti-revive against this as well. Very. One of the things with the... What was I going to say? Did I say Eladriel? One of the things with the Artemiels is you can just use the Onimushas against those as well. Okay, so we're here on 12. Let's go to 4. Some fast, aggressive Carsano, Clara, and Savannahs. which I thought we were going to see more of already, but now we've seen some more of these. Some more Orions. So, more Orions than I really thought we were going to... Well, more Orions on this server, rather. We got a Leica in there. More Orions! Look at this! Kamoon Orion! Kamoon Orion Savannah, guys! This is why the metas are a little bit different. Our metas are usually very similar just across all the servers. But, I mean, based on what units have just come out, what units are strong at any given time. But there's little differences there, right? We saw a lot of Eladriels, which we really have not seen those. I mean, maybe they're in the top. We'll see Global Server in a bit. But, really was not expecting those. So we see some more twins. I thought we weren't really going to see too many of these right now. But they do have some twins here. We see some more. More Orions and Zeratus. Okay, we see... Oh, this is... Okay, so we see... Chow and Juno and Savannah, Chow and Anavel and Tyrannus. These are defenses that you usually don't see too much of in the at this level of the game. Okay, so we see some of these. Okay. I feel like a lot of people have very strongly built 5 stars, a lot of Nat 5. So I feel like the Nat 5 bases aren't quite as scary as the Nat 4 bases because there's generally, I mean. Well, actually, it depends. It really depends on how try-hard the guild is. So I really shouldn't say that. In different levels of the game, and also based on different people's priorities, it can change. So that's not really a statement that I can make for blanket for like every guild. So we see some more of these though. So this defense kind of got a little bit weaker because of the Water Slayer. So you're not going to see too many of those in here, right? And you'll still see, apparently you'll still see them, but not as many of them as like last season or the season before, right? So we see some Ophelia and some Vigor and Fukis. We have, I don't know why I'm clicking on empty bases. We see a Perna. I haven't really seen too many Pernas. A little Perna here and there. We saw a couple Pernas before, but not really a super crazy amount. Also, we haven't seen too many Xiongpungs. But after a while, people just get accustomed to fighting against certain bases, certain units, and they have enough counters for some of these things that they don't really have to worry too much about them. Did I just click on this thing twice? No, I didn't click on this thing. Maybe I did. I don't know. And we see some more. We see, oh, double Rock Daddies. Double Rock Daddy Triana. And a double Rock Daddy and a Vigor. Okay, we see some more twins, This is a nice free-to-play friendly. I mean, of course, the runes are crazy, but this is a nice defense that people don't have to wail out to actually do. I mean, Carsano, Vigor, werewolves in general, right? And then Trianas are pretty nice ones, and the Onimushas, the wind and fire Onimushas, are nice as well. But these ones are very nice because a lot of people have been playing long enough to have these Chakram Boomerang combos, and then the Clara is super easy to get and skill up as well, so that should be a fairly... These ones, not so much free-to-play defenses, guys. These ones, yeah, that's not going to be your free-to-play defenses right there. Okay, let's see which one we have next. So remember, this is China server. Like those different backgrounds. Those juicy backgrounds. Okay, so we see some more Orions on here as well. So Orion, China server plus Orion equals fun times. So, you know those Orions can be super nasty if you expect them to be on Swift and they turn out to be on Violent, and you're like, oh crap, they're just getting all the turns. They get every turn, 20,000 turns. Oh, so these are more toxic LD. Yeah, that's China server, all right. So that's in base number 9. Let's see what we have. We see some more of these Vigor, Mermaid, and Fuki bases over here on 10. And then we have some CR Iris and Inugami bases here on 11. What do we have here? We see some more. I mean, we've seen some of these already over here on 12. Let's go past some of these. We see some more Kamoon, Savannah, and Claras over there. Let's see what we have on this. We have some more Vigor Kakifukis. This is another. Okay, so this is. Wait. Did I click on that twice? Hold on. Yeah, I think I did actually click on that twice. Okay. We're trying to find all these different bases. Oh, nice. We actually see a Han with the Han leader skill. I feel like the Han leader skill is, I felt like we were going to actually see some more of him. Like, his leader skill plus Gianna plus X kind of bruiser, AoE defense breaker kind of unit that has some kind of, maybe a beast monk or something like that. I think could have been a crazy defense, but we really haven't seen too many of those. I mean, not everyone has Han, but at this level, there's more Hans in here than. There you go. This is another nice. This is another nice tower, free-to-play friendly kind of things that you guys can consider building some more of. Okay, so let's see what we have for this one. Okay, we can actually click. Okay, so we've seen this before. We see some twins, triplets. We have another. So okay, so we do see a Han, Gianna, Nephthys. Speak of the devil. This is exactly what I was just talking about. Okay, we have Sylvia. This is nice because Sylvia pairs up with that Lima, and then she increases her attack gauge, and then she will strip the enemies, and then she'll also do her invincibility, immunity stuff. So we were on. Yeah, let's go to here. So we see some more Zaraths. Zarath is nice because he provides a lot of damage, but he also provides some sustain as well, right? So you can put him in an aggressive damage-dealing team with defense breakers. And then you also have some sustain for longer matches. Right? So here we go. Oh, Rakans! So nice to see you. You don't really see too many Rakans. Some more Pernas. Okay. Well, I mean Perna with Olivia. So this is another nasty combination every time. Not Olivia. Sylvia. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to stop talking at this point. Okay, some Tian Langs with some Pernas and Shangpungs. Very nice, very nice. We see these teams we've seen a whole lot of before. Let's go take a look at these sevens. Fairly similar to what we've seen before. Speed lead, strip, and damage. AoE defense breaks and threats. Okay, so this one's Sylvia, Cadiz, and Inugami. If you guys have these units, then by all means build this defense. Guys, like, yeah, let me just get that defense. This, I like the Sylvia with the Iris is very strong. So we have, that was on 4. I totally lost where 4 was. Okay, so we see some more of these, which we have seen. I think we already saw those though. We see some more CR Orion and Zaratu / Rakan here, and then we see number 2 here. This is okay. So this is Kamun, Vigor, and Triana, which I didn't think we were gonna see. I mean, we didn't see too many of those today, but I didn't think we were gonna see too many of those, and we didn't see too many of those. I'm not entirely sure. This is the constant flow of thoughts without stopping. This is what happens, guys. This is what happens. Okay, so we see base number 4. We see this is fairly similar to what we've seen on the other servers. We see this is a little bit interesting. Ophelia, Shungpung, and Theomars. Very interesting there. Let's see what we have here. CR Orion and Rakan over here for base number 7. We see this is fast, aggressive cleave, control cleave. We've seen some of those before. This is fairly different. This is Ophelia, Ritesh, and Chow. So we got tanky leader skill. I'm sure they might have some shield runes on these as well for base number 9. We got another fast, aggressive control cleave kind of thing for base 12 with the Savannas and things like that. Okay, we see some more Orions here as well. We see Orions, we see Claras, we see another fast, aggressive control cleave kind of thing, and then we see some more Vigor, Mali, Trianas, and Fukis. What do we have for here? We see a similar. Some more Orions here though. More Orions than were before. More Sylvias too. Okay. So what do we have for this one? Anything different? Anything interesting? Anything creative? Anything? Hey, another. So this is actually a little bit different. Right, we see the Han bearing, which we usually don't see. We haven't really seen too much. I mean, we saw a little bit of the Han. You know what I just said about the Han. I don't have to say it again. We have some Trianas and Iris with Carsanos. We have one of these. So AoE strip into a CC. Another secondary AoE strip, just in case one poo-poos. We see some more fast. We see some Kamun Savannah Orions. Carsano Savannah Orions. Okay. What do we have on number 4? Okay. So we're seeing some more fast control cleave kind of situations. Some of them have sustain, some of them don't. So it's number 11. See, this is kind of what we're seeing. What I would have expected a little bit more of from like Korea server at the beginning. So I thought we were going to be seeing a little bit more of that. Okay, so we have again more fast, aggressive control cleave because it's so strong. So these ones are a little bit different, right? These ones are a little bit different. Usually the things that mix it up and try to be, you know, not exactly the same as spamming the same defense every single tower, like this. But usually things like this don't do as well, just because it's like, oh, well, I still have counters to those remaining. I don't have to, like, pull something out of my butt, right? So it's really all about, at this level, it's really all about, hey, Ciara Orion Pernas. Haven't seen those in a while. Okay, this is kind of some older defenses. I'm surprised. Yo, what? Chamie defense! Okay, so Chamie gets stronger over time. And also she has multi-hits, which mean that artifacts that do additional damage based on attack and defense and HP and whatever and speed are going to be really strong on her. So, kind of interesting. Chamie defense. Would love to fight that. Okay, so we already saw these. Let's go take a look at the next one. All right, so this, interesting. We have a Xingzhe, Chao, and a, I hope that's speed tuned to be, well, it's hard to speed tune Xingzhe. I was gonna say, I hope that's speed tuned so Xingzhe can defense break and then Chao can do a big nuke. But it's hard to speed tune Xingzhe because he increases attack gauge with his skill 2. So it depends on how many violent procs he gets, and he always gets 5,000. So this is interesting defense. I'm not sure how it works. I would just take, they do have some strip in here, but I feel like I would just take heavy immunity. Yeah, I feel like I would just take heavy immunity into this. Heavy immunity and bombs, right? Anyway, we see some more of this. Okay, so we're on base number 1. Let's see. I don't know why I'm clicking on bases that don't have anything. We see another Bruiser, Vigor, and Fuki defense with Molly. We see this is one we were seeing a little bit more of before, but we haven't really seen too much of this lately because we haven't really seen too much of Xiongpeng or Kamoon recently. So we still see them. I'm not saying we don't see them. I'm just saying we haven't seen as much of them as we used to. Let's go take a look at Twist. So some interesting stuff with Ophelia. Ophelia Booty on 12. So Ciara Orion Perna, Ciara Orion Rakan. Interesting, but if your opponents are not preparing for Ciara Orion Pernas and Ciara Orion Rakans, that could be dangerous if they're like, okay, I'm prepared for the current meta. Ciara Orion Perna, that's not what I was prepared for. I gotta re-rune my stuff, right? So, yep, some more twins on base number 10. What do we have for this one? We've seen this one before. It's nice because it's fast, but it also provides some sustain as well. We see another thing that you guys, that I want you guys to notice. How many Feng Yans are you seeing here? There's not a lot of Feng Yans, right? Because it's very easy to destroy Feng Yan because he's defense-based bruiser unit. You really don't see too much of him in higher level gameplay. You can actually make some Feng Yan teams work, but just FYI, if you're making a defense and you're like, I'm gonna put this and I'm gonna put that, because I know a lot of people like to put Feng Yans on defense. He's so easy to Lucian, so easy to Bulldozer, so easy to do. There's like any ignored defense just basically kills him. You're seeing more things like Aladriel, Aladriel Ritesh for wind HP units, Fukis as well, but things that are HP based instead of defense based. So let's see some more of these, some Tian Langs. I mean, we're seeing fairly similar stuff. We're seeing a little bit more twins here. Right, we already clicked on that one. I believe we already clicked. I did notice. That's why I was saying like the Feng Yan here, because I did notice. But this is a fast. This is super fast Moor, and that's why. But I still feel like this defense is gonna go down too easy. So I don't think that they're gonna be as effective as the other ones, and that's why you really don't see too much of them. But that's why I mentioned the Feng Yan, because I actually did see him in a defense. So let's see what we have for this last one on China server. Oh my god, last one on China server. Let's do a little bit more time so we can see a little bit more defenses. Okay, so let's see what happens here. We got some more Kamoons. Kamoon, Dark Ciara, and Gianna. Lols. Oh, wait a second. So this is interesting. This is the first time that we've actually seen the water one. Suiki, yeah, the water one Suiki in defenses. Interesting. Very interesting. We see a lot more Orions over here, though. A lot more Orions on China server than the other ones. I wanted to say why they're so they put these here on purpose. They wanted this base taken. Either that or this is temporary. Let's see. What base is this? 11? Let's see what happens now. No, they didn't change it. They didn't change it. Well, they did change it. Let's see. Let's see. Nope. That's odd. Okay. This is very odd. Okay. They wanted these bases to get taken. Look at those crap defenses. Okay. That is something I was not expecting. Look at how these crabs. I mean, okay, so this one I don't actually think is very strong though. This one is not very strong. Does not even think about it. This one is not very strong. Interesting there though. So that is not something that I was expecting. Some more Fanakas. Another thing that I was not expecting. Yeah, this is something like I was not expecting this. I thought this was a siege tournament. Anyway. Okay. Let's see. That is the last one on China server. So let's move on to... I'm not going to give too much commentary on that. I have to figure out why they actually did that. Maybe there's a reason for it. Let's go on to the next one. This is going to be a 2-hour video. I just realized that this is going to be a 2-hour video because we're still hitting up every single server. We're not skipping anything. So I'm like, it's going to be forever. I apologize. But hey, if you're still watching, then you want to be watching, right? The people that didn't want to watch dipped out or skipped to the timestamps of like global or like TLDR Fuki's a thing, and some people in China use Orion, and some people in Japan use Eladriel. That's the TLDR and Fuki, and same as last season with those slight modifications. Okay, so we see some fairly some. Wait a second, you know what? Maybe I should build some more Claras. I only have one Clara, so this is a defense. Actually, I'm surprised we didn't see a little bit more of this. Not a ton of this. I'm just saying a little bit more of this. A tiny bit more. Okay, so for, what is that, number 2? So, yeah. Oh, wait a second. Why? This is why. The Light Monkey doesn't make sense there. The Light Monkey doesn't make sense there. Okay. And then the Ragdoll, again, for the same reasons as we weren't seeing Ragdoll before. At least this makes... The team makes more sense. But the Light Monkey you just bring immunity into, they only have one strip. So, it's not quite as much of a threat. Yeah, I feel like these are not as strong defenses over here on, what, number 4? Okay, so let's see. This is more meta. This is meta, right? Meta stuff. This is meta stuff. These are their stronger towers. Right. Oh, we see a fire can. See a fire can. Okay. Well, actually, this one. Oh, no. That's the 4. Yeah. This is the one that I was like, that's some wacky stuff. What do we have for this one? So Tessarion, we were seeing this last season actually, is that Tessarion Clara Savannas, and then Tessarion leads with some fast aggressive stuff, but not a speed lead, with Tessarion leads instead. So I'm actually curious. On that base. Right, okay, so this is fairly standard stuff. Fairly standard. CR Twins is the first time we saw CR Twins. This season we've seen it for previous ones, but the first time we've seen it in this video today. I mean, I'm not saying the first guild to do that this season. I'm just saying for the video. Mananananan, okay. Mananananan works in this thing super fast. After strips and defense breaks, he comes in, he nukes some things. That's nice. This is another one is a nice one. Okay. I was going to say a counter to this, but that wouldn't work anyway. So what do we have for this one? We have some more fast aggressive stuff. We have some more fire art, some more fart masters. Okay. We see some more Fukis. We see some, yeah, this is another one. We're still seeing the so this is Asia server, if I did not mention, before, but this one is Asia server. So this one makes a little bit more sense. But the Tessarions in here for this. Okay. So what is this? Number 6. Let's see what's on number 2. So I thought we would actually see a little bit more of these as well. And then we see some Orion, Tyrannus, and Mashas. Orion and Laika Tyrannus. Okay, let's see what we see. Let's see what we see, guys. Let's see what we see after this. Okay. Let's see what we see here. We got some speed leads, we got some AoE strips, and then we got some fast damage Beast Riders. Okay. Let's see what we say. Hey, it's on KFC and Corn KFC. Corn KFC. They got some good bowls. You guys got to the KFC? What are we even talking about now? Those delicious little KFC chicken mashed potatoes. Listen, guys, I'm going crazy at this point. I'm going crazy. Okay. Okay. So we see some more. There we go. We see Dark Art Master. What do we see here? Some more Ciara, Iris, and Inugamis. I'm kind of skipping around now, aren't I? Yeah. I've got so excited for KFC, guys. I did. So excited for KFC. There's a little bit of strips on here. There's not a lot of strips on there. So just keep that in mind. What do we have on 7? Okay. Let me see some Ciara Giannas and Inugamis. We're on number 12. Just expecting one of the Ciara Gianna Inugamis to be Sean B. Vols. So this is number 9. So this is 2 Ciara Gianna and did I say Orions? Not Orions. Ciara Gianna and Inugamis bases. So two different bases. Same stuff. Same setup. 2 different bases. Shocking, right? It's so shocking. Okay, so we have over here we have some speed leads, some fast controls, some fast damage dealers. We have same thing, speed leads, fast damage dealers, fast control. We have some bruiser teams over here with some HP based damage. We have what is here for this one. We see some fast strips and some, I mean, basically speed lead, AoE strip into something else, and then big fast damage, right? Fast aggressive speed based damage. So we see, again, same thing. Again, same thing, so very similar. This is kind of more on the bruisery side. Okay, I mean, speed lead plus a fast beta, but also some bruisery stuff. Let's see what we have for the next one. Man, I'm still thinking about KFC, man. I'm so hungry. I really am hungry. I don't know why I'm hungry, but I am hungry. Okay, so this is a little bit, fairly similar to this, right? We see... AoE strip into a AoE defense break with some sustain, and then we also have some damage with the Kaki, and then we have an AoE strip, AoE defense break with the fire unit, and then we see big damage, also some sustain as well. So it's just this same skills on different units, kind of, right? But basically the same algorithm used to create the base for the most part. So, hey, you keep talking about algorithms. I know I keep talking about because I'm a nerd. Okay, so we have, it's a nice Geldnir Bruisery style base. You can use, the thing is with this though, which is why we don't see, like Geldnir being if this was a 3 and 4 star base, this would be stronger. With the Geldnir in there, that means it has to be in a 5-star base, and then you can take the Water Slayer into this. So, just some things. So this is fast aggressive. Kind of situation. Where exactly were we? More chillings. So chilling apparently is not a joke. Chilling apparently is pretty legit. I have not experienced this chilling meta. I don't know if I want to. I feel like I'm not too afraid of it, but maybe I should be. Maybe this is something. Maybe this is something I was not expecting. Oh wait, this is definitely something I was not expecting. Okay, so we're on number 5 here. We see some fast, aggressive stuff over here. We see some... Hey, Shung Pung is back. Cool. So nice to see. Shung Pung is one of my favorite units in the entire game. One of my favorites. Some more Chillings. So Chillings on base, what was that, 10? And also Chillings on base... Yeah, base 5. So it's multiple Chilling bases. Chilling OP, guys. Chilling OP. See, you guys would not have known that Chilling... Another Chilling base! 10! Look at that! These people, they know something I don't know. I'm gonna straight up tell you. That I was not expecting Chilling. I did not think Chilling was gonna... Okay, so this is fairly similar. This is like the same as the Fire and Gami, just the Masha instead of that, right? What do we have? Some more Chillings. So this is a little bit different to Sarion, Fuki, and Beta. Tesaran Fuki Beta again, another base. So it's the same. 7 base is the same as 6 base for the most part. The same basic strategy. Okay, let's go to the next one. Chilling meta, guys. Chilling is crazy. I was really not expecting to see Chillings. Okay. Like Bagel's so out of touch with reality. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so we see some more Tessarion with the Bastards like we did last season. Okay. We see some more of these guys. We see some more Fire Snipers. Not surprising. Fire Snipers, AoE strips, and some kind of sustain. So Fire Sniper, Gianna, and Triana. Okay, makes sense. They've got some sustain. They got several different threats. They have AoE strips, and then he's going to randomly target. Well, it's not random anymore. It's whoever has the lowest HP now. Yeah, with the worst HP status. Okay, so we're on number 9. I don't remember which ones we took a look at after that. Or before. Yeah, okay, so we're actually over here. This is where we are. Okay. Fairly similar stuff. Fairly similar stuff. Let's see what we have for this one. Fairly similar stuff. A lot of Fukis. More Fukis. More Tessarions. More Tessarions. More Claras. More Savannas. Wind Sniper! I feel like Lucian is just looking at this base. He's like, my time to shine. Resistance leader. So how tanky has that? Does that Wind Sniper? That Wind Sniper's gotta be super tanky. That's gotta be super fast. Werewolf, plus super tanky. Vigor is super fast anyway. But to not have a speed lead and put a wind unit that could potentially just get absolutely obliterated in there is dangerous. That's why you don't see too many of these. I would be interested to see how this defense actually does. He's got to be built as like a fast hybrid. You need extremely good runes for this Wind Sniper team to actually work and not get destroyed, and still do enough damage too. So I mean, Wind Sniper does good damage regardless. But it's dangerous. Dangerous team. Like to live on the wild side. Okay, so let's go. We're here on this one. Let's go see this next. Let's go see some more Tessarion, Fartmaster, and Savannas here. Okay, and then we see more of these. We see Carsanos. Remember how I said Carsano's got so many buffs that he's gonna just be absolutely siege meta for sure, with no question about it. If you were like, well, he needs a lot of support. He needs to not be so squishy. He's gonna die too easily. Carsano. It's the beauty of YouTube. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Okay, so we're seeing a lot of the same, a little bit more of a bruiser type of defense on here. We're seeing a lot of hey, we see Eladriel again. Hold on. Asia server. We're seeing Eladriel here, but it's the same Eladriel comp as before. As in the other one is a Carsano, Barbara. And here's the thing with this Carsano, Barbara, Eladriel, and I didn't mention at the time, but now that we just saw Carsano's passive again, we can talk a little bit more about it. Barbara is going to come in. We got the speed lead. You got the Barbara. Barbara's going to come in. She's going to be super fast. She's going to get turn 1. She's going to do skill 3. And then Carsano is going to come in, and he's going to target defense break the unit that Barbara just went after because he's got the worst HP status. And if he gets a violent proc, he's going to obliterate it, right? She increases the attack age when she uses skill 3. If he gets a violent proc, he's going to obliterate it. We don't know if Eladriel potentially is faster than Carsano, and Eladriel is going to use his skill 1. If Eladriel doesn't have anything to heal or revive, he's going to use his skill 1, which is a strip. So that gives Eladriel, or that gives Carsano potentially 2 units that don't have immunity on them, since we have the strip from Barbara and the strip from Eladriel, that he can defense break either of those and then do some damage there. So, and then there's also the sustain, there's revive, and there's everything, right? Like, you can't take a Rocky into this Eladriel because Barbara's going to destroy it. Barbara, Carsano, one after the other is gonna destroy it. Okay, so let's go. We're on number 9. I totally don't know where. Hey, we see some of these. Okay, some Galleon, Clara, and Hans. It sounds like a German guy. Okay, so we see some more of these fast aggressive stuff. We see some more of these. This is fairly similar. This is probably not a. Hey, Sir AOR. He's been playing the game for a long time now. So these are, I feel like these defenses are not gonna. I feel like they're gonna go down a little bit easier than the other ones. I mean, you could bulldoze this still. So he probably has, like, they probably have that in mind when they thought about this. But I feel like these defenses, like that's got to be a super fast Chew, but you also don't know what Chew is going to do. Chew is, it doesn't have, we tested this. Chew's AI is not great for skill 3. Like, he's not just going to do skill 3 most of the time even. He's going to do skill 3 sometimes. Sometimes. So you could go in there and roll the dice and see how it turns out. Okay, so we were on this one, right? No, we were not on that one. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I realized that the camera died. So let's go through. Yeah, this is the 9 that we were on. I clicked on the other 9. Okay. Bagel podcast of stupidity. Yep. That's about right. Let's go on to 7. Let's go on to this one so we see another speed lead. I'm going to fix the camera in a second. Let's see one of these. Number 5. We see some more Dark Lightning Emperors. We see some more Tessarions. We see some of these. Okay, more fast aggressive. More of the same comps, really. More of the same comps. We've been recording so long. Let's continue. So we're here on VRK Gangster. Let's see what they have over here. So Ciara Clara and I figure we would have seen some more of these. Usually we see Ciara Clara and sorry, not Ciara Clara. Ciara Clara and Beast Rider, or Ciara Zeratu and an Orion. Usually that's how you have those set up. But Ciara Clara and Zeratu for this one. What are we on? We're just on the first base, of course. So we see some similar stuff. Skogul, which we usually haven't seen too much of now, right? So you can take some Destroy HP into this, which is going to be strong here. And then Fire Damage Dealer. That's usually why you don't see bases like this too much. Let's see this one. So Speed Lead, Fast Control. This is like the same thing as there's just one step up from the Clara, right? From the Carsano Clara and Savannah. Let's see what we have for this one. Oh, wait a second. Yep, Carsano, Clara, and a Monkey. Maybe I should build a second Carsano. Maybe I should make my defenses more toxic. I have, like, one toxic defense. We don't take Siege very seriously. Because there's a lot of people in my guild that just play for fun, so. So usually if the hard defenses need to get hit, it's got to be, like, one of 4 people. It's like 4 that are, like, can make it up to top 100. In Arena and have been in G3 Siege and stuff like that, but a lot of them have not experienced that kind of pain. Has been to G3 Siege and like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is too frustrating, right? Because the thing here is like we're just seeing a lot of these that are like the beginning of it, but then throughout the course of Siege, these bases just keep getting stacked over and over and over and over again, and we see like fairly similar bases. This is how it's kind of always been, not with these specific teams, but similar. Interesting. So that's gonna be super fast. Well, Hey Gang is usually super fast anyway. So interesting there. We see some more Bruiser style teams. Okay, what do we have for this next one? Let's see it. All right. We have some CR fast strippers and fast DPS units. We have okay, so another few of these carbines. Trying to remember all these names throughout the whole day. My brain is just mush, just mushy brain. Hey, I'm always excited to see Hans. Always excited. Okay, so we're gonna, I kind of figured we were gonna see a little bit more of these, to be honest, and just a fast, aggressive, big damage on the snipers. So kind of figured we'd see some more of those. Okay, so that's a different. Is that a different base? That was a different base, right? No, I don't think it was. Okay, let's continue. Let's go down these. We're seeing a lot again. A lot of Carsanos again. Yeah, they looked like the other one, but it wasn't. It wouldn't have been anyway. It wouldn't make sense. So that is okay. So this is 2 different bases. This is 11 and 7. 2 different bases, same thing. All right, so let's see what we have here. Fairly similar stuff. I feel like at this point we're just like, yeah, fairly similar stuff. Now that we go on to, yeah, we could do this a little bit faster actually. We'll just mention things if they're notable. We've seen more of this already. We've seen, hey, some twins. Okay. Should be doing this faster. Some more ordnance. Okay, so a CR Bastard Daphnis. which we haven't really seen too much of today. All right. And I think this is the last one. I'm waiting for a thing where we could see a little bit more of what else is available. Okay, so this one is a little bit more of a bruiser. It's usually not too strong of a defense over there, because you can just outspeed and control that one easily. Then what do we have? Some more of these, which we've kind of seen. So some more. Oh, Light Ryu. You don't usually see too much of him. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Well, not too many people have him, but. Yeah, we see some more fairly standard stuff. We see some more Carsano Iris Trianas. Some more Bastard Odin and Tessarions. Some more of the Water Ryus and the Kakis and Savannas. So this was a little bit different. We got the Monkey, we got Achroma, we got not a whole lot of Achromas. Achroma's not as strong in siege defense, because if you know an Achroma's there, you could just counter it. You're like, okay, I know how to deal with Achroma. I have a Skogul, he exists. So yeah, so some of these, like for example, this one would be strong. A Water Slayer would be strong against this as well. So some of these defenses are not super premium for those reasons. So, yeah, we see some more Shungpungs. We see some more, but a lot of times these fights are won and lost in their 4-star bases, because you could just be so aggressive in those by stacking the same thing over and over and over and over again. You can do that in the 5-star ones, but I feel it gets nasty in the 4-star bases. So, and a lot of people put their best runes on 5 stars. You could just switch your runes around anyway, but a lot of people like really put their most effort into their nat 5s. Okay, I feel like I'm just word crapping at this point. Some more Fukis, Fuki, Chillings. Okay, there we go. So Lulus. Okay, sorry, I yelled into the microphone. I was not expecting a Lulus in any bases today. So, Tessarion, Lulu, and Tyrannus. That's not what I was expecting. Okay. Yep, that's the last one here on Asia server. Finally, let's go on to 2 more servers now. So just to recap, we hit up the Korea server, then the Japan server, then the China server, then the Asia server. Now we are on the Europe server. I just like to make sure that you guys know exactly where we are and what we're doing at all given. Oh my God, we see some more Lulus. Are you? Okay, so we see some more. We saw Lulus at the very end of the last one. We see Lulus at the very beginning of this next one that was not planned. We see some twins here. Okay, we see some more Orions. Okay, interesting. We see a little bit more of meta. Yo, what the? Okay, yeah, some more Lulus, some more Tessarion Lulus. Was not expecting that. Okay, more Tessarion Lulu. What? Okay. Well, there you go. There you go. I'm honestly a little bit surprised. I'm not surprised to see Lulu in RTA. I am surprised to see Lulu in Siege. Because if you know Lulu's there, you know how to deal with it. Well, you know Lulu's coming out in RTA too, so people are going to get better at dealing with Lulu's though. Lulu's got a high win rate right now. Is it 53%? Lulu win rate currently in RTA. So, where are we? Number 12? Number 4? Why do I know these things? Well, it's kind of my job to know them, I guess. So that's what I know. But I wasn't prepared for Tessarion Lulu Tyrannus. I was not prepared for that. I apologize so bad. So I'm so bad at my job. Okay, some more twins in Triana. We finally get to see some more of that. All right. Okay, and another light. Again, this is the only time you want to run a mono element defense is when it is all light or all dark. All dark. Okay. Let's see the next one. Oh, let's go. Can we find a good spot where a lot of things are open? Another Lulu, guys. I'm going crazy. Okay, Lulu meta. I see. Here's the thing, though. Like why wouldn't I Lucian this? Like, okay, so here's my thought process: is I would just take speed lead, Garuda, and Lucian. I would just dismount the Savannah ASAP, and then kill the Lulu, and then I would have a Tessarion and a Savannah in human form to deal with. So I'd want like some kind of fire threat speed lead, and I feel like a Kamoon could handle that just fine, right? A Kamoon Konamiya and Illusion is what I would take into this. Maybe I'm missing something, and I'm sure I am, because that's such an easy offense to take into it. I'm sure that this defense is already well equipped to handle that kind of offense, which is such an easy offense to use. Okay, let's go see where were we? We were on that one. Okay, so this is a more meta one. Or I guess Lulu's meta now too. Lulu's meta defenses. Some more Lulus. Okay, some more Lulus. There we go. Let's see if Lulu can really withstand. Well, I mean, I guess I'm not personally seeing, but I'm curious if Lulu can really withstand. I mean, we're seeing a lot of these defeated too, so maybe they had the same idea as to like, oh, well, I'll just take that team. The team that I set into it, right? So let's take a look at these. So we're seeing a lot more. See, this is kind of what I expected. I expected that as well. From those defenses, like these ones, I love to hit defenses like this. I really like to hit defenses like this. Okay, let's see what we have for the next one. And the defense like this is usually like the annoying ones. Annoying. Alright, we got some Dark Paladins. Okay, so let's see what we have for this next one. And again, I'm sure I'm wrong with the that's just like where my mind goes to, and I'm like, well, they've got to have that already planned out, already taken into consideration of using what I would have taken into that team. Of the Kamoon and Konamiya and Lucian into those Lulu defenses. So I'm not entirely sure what they do have in mind, or what they do have, like how they have that countered before it even begins, before people can even use that against them. But you know, it's interesting. So let's see what we have on. So this is something you don't see every day. You have a Sabrina and a Belita. We forgot her name. Sabrina, Belita, and Triana. Did not think I was going to see that today, guys. I really did not. She strips things and turns them into dots. Yeah. So. Interesting. And Sabrina does a lot of big damage. So. Yeah, that's curious. Okay, so this is it's similar to the other ones, but it's similar but different, right? It's similar but different. Okay, because we got the Ashir there. Let's see what we got over here. Fairly standard, oh, so this one's not fairly standard, actually. I've seen these defenses do well. Really, as long as you have enough tankiness stacked on them, and they got the resistance lead. I don't like. I feel like if I was gonna stick a defense like this, I'm like, that would lose. If I was to do this, it would lose so badly. Okay. But I've seen people have... Okay, so another similar, without the Odin, and with Savannah and Fuki instead. Yeah, Savannah and Fuki. I knew there was a Fuki in there. Somewhere. So another one is similar to the way we were seeing these with Mollies, with the Fuki and Mollies and Molongs. But this one has Ashir. Over there, everything's got HP-based damage, and also Ashir's... It's hard to outspeed Ashir, even without a speed lead, because he's so fast. Such a fast unit. And he has attack gauge boost as well. So you have attack gauge boost into potential big damage, into potential stuns, AoE strip stuns. So, what are we on? 11? Let's go for this other 11. So we see some Ciara, Inugamis, and some other oracles. So when the thing with the Inugamis and the oracles is the Inugami will team up. He will increase the Oracle's attack gauge by their skill 1s, boosting their attack gauge anytime they crit. So these Oracles are going to be on probably crit rate. Probably a lot of crit rate. here because he wants to make sure, these people want to make sure that the oracles actually, so I think that these might actually be super fast Inugamis and possibly slower oracles that are on like violent, taking crazy. I mean, Sierra is always on violent anyway, but like the Gianna on violent, taking a crap ton of turns. So let's go for here. These are all twins on 10. We see some more. Okay, so some more standard ones. It's interesting. We see a couple, not too many, but a couple dark cannon girls here throughout the course of the day. Again, not a lot, but a couple. Some more Lulus. Okay. Some more Lulus. Okay. And let's see, not more Lulus, okay. This is fairly standard defense, fairly standard. Okay, some more Fire Bison / Fire Slayer. So it's a fairly, it's not, but there's no sustain on. They're not saying it has to be sustain on there, but just some thoughts. Okay, some more Tessarion Lulus and Tyrannus. Some more twins here. Okay, different twins than the other one. So CR and twins, okay. Could have seen some more of those. We didn't really see too much of those here. We see some LDs plus Triana and Carsano. What do we have here? We see fairly similar defense. We see some Carsanos and Praha and Ritesh. We see some more fishes. Okay, so strippers, AoE strippers and CCs. Those can still, those defense can still get outsped though. And we see some more chillings. So, some interesting things I wasn't expecting today. Hadrils and chillings. And whatchamacallits? Those good old whatchamacallits. Okay, so another Molongs and some more. This looks like, it looks like I'm hitting, it looks like I'm touching the same teams over and over again. Touching the same teams. It looks like I'm going to the same guilds battles, but I'm not. They just happen to have fairly similar teams in fairly similar spots. Some of these are 4-star towers, so of course they are. But yeah, some more Prahas and Tyrannus. I'm kind of surprised at the amount of like Praha Tyrannus, Carsano Praha Tyrannus kind of things that we've seen today. So this was a little bit different. We got the Molong Julienne and Harmonia. So that might have some tanky shields on it, right? And good resistance. That was number 11. Let's see what we got on number 10. Fairly standard stuff. I was gonna say, first I was gonna say Eladriel. Oh. Then I was gonna say Artemis. Oh my god. Ariel! Again, I was not expecting aerial defenses. I don't know, guys. If I use it in thumbnail, you guys are gonna be like, he clickbaited. There's no aerial defenses. Yeah, because this is what happens on YouTube. You're gonna be like, he clickbaited. There's not any chilling and aerial defenses and Eladriel defenses in here. He's such a liar. I hate him. Bagel is such a liar. Okay, so we got. Let's see this one. They used Ariel. They're using Ariel. They're using Lulus. They're using Annabelles. Not usually units that you see for high-level guild defenses, but we are seeing them in high-level guild defenses. So this actually makes sense. They got super fast strippers. They got sustain, and they got a lot of debuffs. Very nasty. So what do we see for number 5? Good old Ariels. Man, let me back into G3. As long as you're using aerial defenses, I got this. I got this, guys. Well, Ariel is stronger now because he's got the cleanse. So you put high resist on Ariel, you make him tanky with high resist. Probably not rage. Probably not the way they have these Ariels built. Or maybe it is. Maybe the rage Ariel, guys. Maybe the rage Ariels is that's the secret trick. That's why those defenses are working. Okay, some Tessarion Bastards. And Odin's, some fairly standard stuff. Hey, this is a little bit different, though. We see some Carsano Bastard and Triana here. Okay. We see some more snipers. Carsano Fuki and any mermaid, basically. Not any mermaid. I should correct myself. Any LD mermaid. So, there we go. We're on number 9. Let's see what we have over here. Fairly standard stuff. I don't know why I click on these defenses. Yeah, another Carsano, Mermaid, and Fuki. Some more Mode Long Fukis and Harmonious. Some more Mode Long Fukis and Harmonious. Again, some more twins here. Twins and Triana. Some more Tessarion, Lulus, and Savannahs. I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised to actually see these. But it's not like it's on like one base that's like 2 people are doing it. It's like it's on enough that it must be working if it's on enough bases. Okay. Let's see what we have over here. Let's see a little bit more into it. We see, okay, so this is another one. I feel like these aren't super hard defenses. I mean, the resist could be quite annoying, right? You got the AoE defense breaks that you don't know who it's going to hit. They are different elements. I just feel like it's not like a super, like, this is not going to get legend defenses like this, right? You got to stack more insane, terrible nonsense. You need your defense to make people cry. Not just like a little upset. You need defenses to make people like actually miserable. That's the point of that's actually the point of G3 Siege. Okay, so we see some more Tessarion, Prajas, and Savannahs. Let's see what we got for number 7. I thought this was 6. Hold on. Oh, it is on 6 and 7. Not surprising. Okay, so we see a Fire Bison in there. Interesting. We see some more fairly standard stuff. We see some more of these Carsano, Vigor, and Trianas. We see some Carsano, Ashir, and Fukis. We see some hey, some more Lulu. Carsano, Lulu, Tyrannus. Okay. And this is nothing just yet. And we see some more Carsano, Vigor, and Trianas there. We see some standard stuff. Standard. Okay. CR Giannis. There we go. Toxic stuff. Let's see what we have for next one. Oh, last one. Okay. Nice. On this server at least. Then we still got one more server to go, guys. You guys looked at the bar at the bottom of the YouTube video. You're like, oh, we know, Vega. We know. We're sticking in this for the long haul. Okay. This looks like I'm clicking on the same thing again, but I'm not. This is a different guild. Okay, let's see this. Okay, some more standard stuff. I mean, these Carsano, Vigor, Triana kind of things, or Fukis, Carsano, Mali, Fukis, like all that is the standard 4-star bases. You just keep building a whole crap ton of those, and you're gonna do great. Okay, so, but then you're also gonna rank up, and then you're gonna fight more annoying opponents as well. Hooray! Okay, we got 11. Let's take a look at this. This is similar stuff. Okay, some more of basically the same, and it's not even just about like one defense being this. It's about stacking it over and over again, as many defenses of the same type as you can. So there we go. Okay, so we see some Nyx, we see some Shungpungs. This is a weird one. This is a Clara. You know, she's got the resistance. So we've seen some Tessarion resistance. We've seen some Praha resistance leads. We've seen some Light Paladin resistance leads, but we never see Clara used as a resistance lead. I mean, generally Clara, you use her in a speed team, so you almost always, like 99.9% of the time, using her with a speed leader. But yeah. They must be really confident on their speed on their Clara. So some more fast, aggressive comps. We were there on 11. Let's go take a look at these. More of the same. So this one is some Galleon Clara Savannah, some Galleon Clara and Zianas. Shiana? Ziana? Okay. This is nothing. I don't even know why I click on those. Some more Carsano, Clara, and Savannahs, which is expecting a lot of those today. We saw a decent amount of those. And then we see, again, mermaids to Tessarion and Savannahs. What do we see here? More strips, AoE defense breaks, and then Tessarions as well. Tessarions is... I feel like a lot of mid-game players do not appreciate Tessarion as much. They're like, oh, Tessarion, what am I going to do with him? It's like, I'm not saying all mid-game players don't appreciate Tessarion. When I make these generalizations, it's like a lot of mid-game players. That doesn't mean every single mid-game player, because people always like, oh, Bagel, I appreciate Tessarion. I'm like, yeah, you're one of the people that appreciates him, but there's also a lot of people that don't appreciate him, and he just sits there collecting dust and storage. It's like he's basically counters almost all of the units that have passives. I say almost all because the chroma. But anyway, I think this is the last one, right? Last one on Europe server. Now we're here on global, but unfortunately the time that I'm recording this, we have nothing that we can even see. There's no repeats available. There's no watch match. We can't see anything at all, just based on the time that I'm actually recording this. So if you guys want to see global in another video, in a separate video, a follow-up or whatever, we can do that if you would like. But I think we basically get a good cross-section of what is good. We obviously know that Sabrina is a fantastic unit. Sabrina, Chilling, Ariel, that's what I learned today. Sabrina, Chilling, Ariel are great units for Guild Siege. No, but really, I mean, Fuki has been absolutely dominating a lot of teams. We learned that Chilling and Eladriel are actually units that are being used in a decent enough amount of Guild Siege defenses that they're worth mentioning that it could actually be a thing. So we'll maybe see, I would love to see some more of the Eladriels and the Chillings and things like that, see how those defenses work. Maybe I'll build the defenses and then we'll try hitting them and we'll see how they do. But anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I think we've already seen enough. That's it for this one. I'll see you as always in the next one.